Paying for college. There are a variety of options for students to pay their tuition and fees. It is important to apply for any financial aid you may be eligible for and to understand what options are available to you, as not all students will receive all types of aid. Even with financial aid and scholarships, many students will still have a remaining balance, so it is likely you may pay for college using a mixture of payment methods. Every student's financial situation is different, so try not to compare your situation with anyone else. Please note, international students working with the International Student Office may not be eligible for federal or state financial aid options. Please check with the International Student Office or Student Financial Services to verify your eligibility. A grant is money paid towards tuition and fees that a student does not have to pay back after they are done with college. There are two main types of grants, federal and state. These grants are primarily need-based, and students must complete the FAFSA to see if they are eligible. A federal Pell Grant is paid for by the federal government. There is a lifetime limit, meaning Pell Grants can run out after you receive them for the equivalent of 12 semesters of full-time schooling, or about 6 years. You may hit your Pell Grant lifetime limit sooner, for instance, if you take summer classes. Alternatively, it could take longer than 6 years to hit the lifetime limit if you're not enrolled full-time. State grants are paid for by the state government, and award limits may vary. Work-study positions can be a great way for college students to have a part-time job without the added stress of commuting to and from work in time for class or having a boss who isn't willing to work around their class schedule. Students can work on campus, and during shift downtime, they may catch up on some studying. Federal work-study means you work for the college or an approved organization outside NECC, but your salary is paid for by the federal government. Check with Student Financial Services to see if you are eligible for federal work-study. View open positions on the website and then contact supervisors of the positions you wish to apply for. If you are ineligible for federal work-study, there are other paid student employment positions available, such as note-taker, orientation leader, bookstore associate, and more. Institutional work-study means you work for NECC and your salary is paid for by college funds. Generally, there are two types of student loans, federal and private. If you apply for financial aid, your financial aid package may include the option of federal student loans. Federal student and parent loans are funded by the federal government. Private student loans are non-federal loans, made by a lender such as a bank, credit union, state agency, or a school. Taking out a private loan is similar to opening a credit card. The interest rates are typically higher and they expect repayment sooner. If you need to borrow money to pay for college or technical school, it's best to start with federal loans. However, be sure to only borrow what you need. Take the time to work out a budget and consider the additional expenses of college when deciding how much to take out. Remember, whatever you borrow, you must pay back. If you need to take out a student loan, it's important to understand the basic differences between them to help you make the best decision for you. Federal subsidized loans are always a first choice because the government will pay the interest that accrues while you're in school. Whereas with unsubsidized or private loans, you or your parent are responsible for the in-school interest. Federal loans do not require payment until you graduate, leave school, or you change your enrollment status to less than half time. Some private loans may require payment while in school. Federal loans have fixed interest rates, which means they will not change over time. Private loans can have fixed or variable rates where they may change over time. Federal loans do not require a cosigner to get approved, but a private lender will most likely require a cosigner. A cosigner is someone who agrees to also be legally responsible for your loan, such as a parent or spouse. Federal subsidized and unsubsidized loans do not require a credit check, but the federal parent and private loans do. Credit checks may affect your credit score. Federal loans do not have prepayment penalty fees, so you will not get charged for paying off your loan balance early. However, some private loan companies may charge you a fee for early repayment. Federal loans have flexible repayment plans and options for postponing payments. Private loans may be less flexible in those areas. Lastly, most interest paid should be tax deductible for all loans, so when you begin making payments, be sure to write them off with your taxes. Like grants, Scholarships are money to help with the costs of college tuition and fees. You must apply for them, and if awarded, you do not have to pay them back. Scholarships may come from the college, individuals, or other outside companies and organizations that want to help students succeed. Fortunately, even if you were not eligible to apply for federal student aid, there are plenty of scholarships you could apply for that are not just need-based. Most scholarships are based on a variety of factors such as major, academic performance, volunteer activities, compelling essays, ethnic background, hobbies, or even physical traits like being left-handed or having red hair. There are quite a few scholarship opportunities available to NECC students. They can all be found on the scholarships page of the NECC website. Beginning in February, students may be eligible to apply for the general and transfer scholarships. Students answer a variety of questions to be matched to scholarships they may be eligible for. If they receive a general scholarship, it will be applied to their NECC tuition balance. If they receive a transfer scholarship, it will need to be sent to the four-year college they plan to attend after NECC. There are other NECC scholarships based on need or major, and they have individual deadlines each semester, as well as different criteria for each. Lastly, not only is the PACE program a support resource for eligible students, it also awards some scholarships of its own. Students must be first-generation college students who demonstrate financial need in order to apply for the PACE program. External scholarship awards are provided by individuals or organizations with no formal ties to NECC. If you received college scholarships in high school, you will want to request that those be sent to the NECC Student Financial Services Office to have it applied towards your tuition. On the scholarship page of the NECC website, there are a number of outside scholarships that are advertised on our site. These scholarships each have their own criteria and deadlines you can browse through, and if you meet the requirements, you can click on their website link to begin the application process for that organization. The benefit of these scholarships is NECC staff did the work to make sure they are legitimate scholarships that are safe for you to apply for. There are a number of ways to search for scholarships on your own through traditional scholarship search engines like the College Board or FastWeb sites. There are many helpful sites out there and some not so helpful. Remember, a company is most likely a scam if they say you are guaranteed a scholarship, won a scholarship you did not apply for, or asks for your credit card information to pay for their services. Legitimate scholarships are free to apply. If you are unsure, check with a financial aid counselor before giving out any personal information. Apply for scholarships that are local, have smaller awards, and require more work to increase your odds of winning scholarships. Local scholarships tend to have smaller groups of students eligible to apply. Don't just apply for the large dollar amount scholarships. Be sure to apply for smaller awards too. A few smaller awards can definitely help with costs like books, supplies, and living expenses, and those savings sure add up. Don't avoid scholarships that require some work, such as essays, videos, or projects. Many students avoid them, which means greater chances for you. Treat applying for scholarships like a part-time job. Set aside some time to search and apply for scholarships. Continue applying for scholarships for as long as you're in school. Submit your applications early. Don't wait until the due date, just in case there's a problem with the website, the internet connection, or your computer. Apply for as many scholarships as you can and don't give up. The more a scholarship fits your interests and reflects your passions, the better the submission will be. And if you don't win, don't take it personally. Successful scholarship recipients are the ones who keep trying. And if you need any help, reach out to a staff or faculty member. Tuition balances can be made by the student, parents, guardians, employer, or other outside sources. Payments can be made by cash or check, or online through electronic check or by credit or debit card. Students may also enroll in a payment plan in the MyNECC portal to break up the balance into more manageable payments. Please be aware there is a small service fee for paying by card. Before you make any payments, be sure to complete the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA, application and apply for scholarships to potentially reduce your balance with financial aid. The FAFSA and scholarships are free to apply, so don't miss out. If you have any questions about these options to pay for college, please contact Student Financial Services to get more information.